What do we do? That's for Yuki. What's your vote?
Well, obviously, Osaka.
Don't decide for her, poop face!
Who you calling poop face, pea face?
Enough, you two! Stop it! I'll choose whatever Mr. Raicho chooses.
So the whole vote depends on Raicho's decision, huh?
No matter what Pochi decides on, Raicho's 2 points will tip it over.
Hey, Raicho, what are you gonna pick?
Yeah, who are you going to side with?
Toei Studio Park!
Tatsun, we're going there to investigate the flyer.
Well, whatever. The majority chose Kyoto.
Fine, do whatever you want.
The 4 of us are going to Osaka.
I'm sad, but I guess here's where we part ways.
Wait a minute! I didn't mean for that to happen!
The road is so long, the nights are so cold. But our friends have been, even if the world comes to an end. Go, 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 get.
I guess Vanilla really liked this song. You guys may not have heard her, but she sings it all the time. I think that's what Vanilla wanted. So,
Fine. You guys are right. I almost forgot. I was really sorry about the way we split between Oita and Fukuoka.
Yeah. Same when we were at that religious facility.
It would be stupid to make the same mistake again.
Fine. I'll go.
Okay, it's set then! Let's all go to Kyoto!
Juko, that's my line!
Shut up! Go-Getters Club! Hey, hey, oh!
Are you serious?
And so, here we are in Kyoto!
Is this really Kyoto?
Huh? Yeah, like duh, it's totally Kyoto!
But I thought Kyoto was like Kiyomizu Temple, Fushimi Inari Shrine, Togetsu Kyoto.
And Kinkakuji? Toji?
Yeah. And Pontocho, Ishibe Koji Alley.
So, what are we doing here?
This doesn't feel like Kyoto at all.
That's why Team Osaka is so... You can't appreciate Kyoto's elegance. That's pretty sad.
This looks like a place a drunk would pee. What part of it is elegant?
Well, elegant or not, this is a famous tourist attraction in Kyoto, too. It's Nanzenji's Suryo-Kaku Aqueduct Bridge, built about 100 years ago.
They filmed tons of 2-hour suspense dramas here.
2-hour suspense dramas. I hate those things. Because of them, they always cut baseball games short.
Well, we've come all the way to Kyoto.
But no one's around, just like the other cities.
Hey, Hyogo. So where are all the people, huh?
I have no idea. On the flyer, it just said, come to Kyoto.
Maybe we should have gone to Osaka.
If we'd gone to Osaka, we might have found vanilla.
And I could have eaten takoyaki and okonomiyaki.
Hey, did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard something from over there.
Let's go check it out.
This is it, right?
Yeah, I think it was the sound of a door closing.
Did someone come out?
Or they could have gone in.
What should we do?
Let's go inside.
Wait! You know the saying? Wife men avoid danger.
You mean wise men.
Whatever. Let's just go.
That's...
No way!
You've gotta be kidding!
Wait a minute!
I said wait!
Hey. Are you serious?
Human beings!
So that master was lying!
Mankind didn't go extinct!
But wouldn't you say they're acting weird?
Yeah. Everyone seems to be in a bit of a daze.
Let's try to talk to them.
Yeah. Let's split up and get some info.
Excuse me, what is this place?
A space located underneath.
Kyoto's old imperial palace?
Oh, I've heard of it! I heard there's an underground space underneath it. I thought that was an urban legend. I didn't know it really existed.
But why is everyone living here?
They told us we can't go.
Why not?
Supposedly, poisonous chemical rain. If we go outside, we'll all die.
That can't be true.
We just came from outside.
Oh. What do you mean, oh?
Are you the ones that were passing out flyers?
Flyers?
It said to come to Kyoto if we read it.
I don't know. I never heard of it.
Hey, stop playing dumb.
Yeah, but I don't know what I don't know.
Hey! What happened to mankind?
What do you mean?
He's asking what happened to mankind as a whole. There are lots of people here, and it doesn't seem like they were wiped out.
Yeah. Not fully wiped out. If there are underground facilities, like this, people should be living peacefully.
Do you know if the people in Tokyo are safe?
I don't know if everyone's safe, but if they're underground, I think they're alive.
And if they're not underground?
Beats me. Maybe they're dead.
What?
Don't say that so casually.
What are you doing?
Does it look like I'm making mochi or something? I'm practicing my batting.
Why?
'Cause there's a bat and ball there. I wanted to clear my head. Hey, Jennu. You heard it too, right? From the people living here.
Yeah. It seemed like everyone was saying the same thing.
What did you think of it?
There were so many things that made no sense.
Right? I felt the same. I just got so confused. That's why I'm swinging this bat. I feel like I can empty my head like this. All right, Rachel. Next ball. Go all out. Don't go easy on me. Let her rip. Ah!
Huh?
What the heck is that?
Oh my gosh! What happened?
We just heard a big crash. It's this. A drone?
The ball Kansai hit whacked into it, and it came crashing down.
But was this thing flying around before?
No, it's the first time I've seen it.
Well, sure. Normally, you can't see those things.
Neon!
So it was you we saw earlier.
Huh? Earlier?
On the way here, remember? We saw someone underground. That was...
Yeah, that was me. It's been a while, guys.
Oh, right. I remember you said it back by the seaside in Kobe.
Yeah. Neon was the coach for Kansai's baseball team.
That's right. That's why Kansai and I know him.
What's the matter, Jennu? Nothing.
Neon! Neon! so much, Neon! Neon!
Yeah? Oh.
What?
You seem pretty cold, even though it's been so long.
Yeah. And you ran away before, too.
Oh. Yeah. Well.
Before that, can you tell me what that weird drone thing is?
Yeah, sure. It's just a regular old monitor drone for protecting people. Normally, you can't see them because of the optical camouflage.
Wait a minute. What's a monitor drone?
Huh? It's like you guys don't know anything.
Right. We were on our way to Kamakura from Tokyo on a...
And we woke up in an undersea theme park in Kagoshima.
Then we got out, and the world was like this.
I got no idea what you're talking about. Let me try to explain. Before you guys realized it, the world, it became a paradise.
Paradise?
And these guys were made to maintain it. The monitor drones. They were put in different places all over. Thanks to them, people can live peaceful lives. And the thing floating in the air and controlling them all is the Panopticon. You can't see them either, but they say they're shaped like an X.
An X?
Then we've seen it before!
But the only ones who can see it are me, Pi, and Rachel.
What? But we couldn't see the monitor drones. But we could see the X?
Maybe it's because the invisibility mechanism is different. The monitor drones use optical camouflage, but the Panopticon is different. You can see the Panopticon with your eyes, but the data's blocked from reaching your brain.
Ah, so boring! Who cares about all this anyway? So, who's the jerk who made this Panticon thing?
It's Panopticon. It means omnipotent monitoring.
Have you guys ever heard the name Mike?
The one the Ehime cult believes in? Their god?
God. Well, it created paradise, so I guess you could call it a god.
So that Mike person created the Panopticon?
It's not a person. Mike is an artificial intelligence. An AI.
An AI?
I don't know the whole story, but they say it was created by a brilliant Japanese scientist.
And who's that?
Beats me. Dunno the name.
Anyway, that person is the one that messed up the world?
Nah, they weren't directly involved in all the changes that happened. It was by Mike's will alone that this earthly paradise was born.
How's this moldy, stinky underground a paradise?
Yeah. It just feels like humans are being controlled by Mike.
Why isn't mankind resisting Mike?
Resisting? Why would we do that? I told you already. This is a paradise. Why would we resist such a wonderful world? Besides, mankind these days, they don't have emotions anymore.
They don't have emotions?
You talked to the people here, right? Then you should know.
But why?
Mike had the Panopticon send out tiny little doohickeys called nanomachines. They snuck into people's brains and cleaned out their emotions.
To stop mankind from resisting?
No, That's not it. It was to stop mankind from killing each other. Humans don't get angry or sad anymore. No more hatred, jealousy. So naturally, all the wars stop. No more wars, no more murders, not even stealing or... It's a true utopia. That's why I told you. This place is paradise.
But if there's no emotions, there's no happiness or joy either.
Of course not.
What do you mean, of course?
To give up the negative emotions, you gotta give up the positive ones too. It's like a trade-off, I guess.
Did something happen to you too, Neon?
Huh?
Well, you didn't seem to really feel anything. Even when you first met us all.
Yeah. I didn't really feel anything special. Not happy or nostalgic, if that's what you mean.
You're lying! That can't be true! I mean, you don't seem the same as the others here, Neon! You're answering our questions, and your emotions seem to be like fragments or something.
Hey, what's the matter, Hyogo? Are you okay?
She's burning up with a fever. I think it's an infection.
Wait, remember Hyogo was bitten by a rat in Kobe?
You think that's the cause? If that's the case, then it might be rat bite disease. We need to give her antibiotics or the worst might happen.
Ugh.
Neon, do you have any antibiotics here?
Beats me.
What do you mean, beats me? Someone's life is on the line!
And Hyogo is your friend, right?
Yeah, but... To be a true leader, you gotta think about how your teammates feel. No matter what happens, you protect your own. That's what a true leader does.
Neon, you were my role model! I thought you were the ideal leader! But you're not a leader anymore! You're not even human! You're just a lifeless doll!
You may be right.
This doesn't look good. At this rate, Hyogo will really...
Let's hurry! We have to find some antibiotics.
Yeah. But where should we go to find them?
I think there was a big hospital to the west of Nanzenji Temple. Maybe if we go there...
Then first we'll have to go outside. I'll carry Hyogo.
Will you be all right?
Hey, who do you think I am? I'm the leader of the Go-Getters Club. All right, guys, let's go. Follow me.
Got it! What are you doing, Miss Jennu? Everyone left already!
I know.
Can I help you?
So, you did forget me. You remember Kansai and Hyogo, but you don't remember me.
But I remember you clearly. I'll never forget.
Because you're the one that killed my sister! It's all your fault, my sister! She...
An earthquake?
This is the perfect end for you. Now you get a chance to feel it too. To feel how my sister suffered. You.
Why did you save me?
Huh?
You hate me, don't you? You want to kill me, right? Then why?
Wait, so you do remember?
Of course. There's no way I'd forget. Because you're the woman I love's little...
What's the matter?
My head! It's gonna explode!
Are you okay?
Are you really okay?
Nah. When I said better, I didn't mean that. I mean, my emotions are back.
Huh?
What?
No time to explain. You hang on. I'll bring you what you need.
What's this?
It's a syringe gun. It's loaded with antibiotics.
Antibiotics?
So then, if we give this to Miss Hyogo, she'll...
Yeah, you should be able to save her.
But where did you get this?
This place has a few medical facilities. I got it there. Anyways, hurry up and give it to her.
How about you?
I'm gonna lead everyone somewhere safe. There could be another earthquake soon. Okay, you take care of the rest.
Things are unfolding way too fast. I can't keep up.
You mean my relationship to Neon?
That too. But there's more.
Well, regardless, now isn't the time for talk. We need to get these antibiotics to Hyogo as soon as possible.
Can we contact them by walkie-talkie?
I tried, but I couldn't get a hold of them. I think it's because they already went up to ground level.
Then we need to hurry and find them. Let's go!
Earthquake! Why do you know that?
I'm kind of a fan of Jose Kizuka, too.
Whoa! Are you serious?
Yes, very.
Tell me, this minute, who's your favorite actress?
Yikes! Calm down, Miss Jennu. I promise I'll tell you later, when we get above ground.
Okay, you better. For now, let me give it a try.
Miss Jennu! Wait!
How did you guys get here?
We climbed over all the rubble caused by the earthquake.
That makes sense. Well, I'll keep on scouting ahead to make sure the path is clear.
But will you be okay?
Don't worry about it. Where there's a will,
There's a way, right?
Chuko is waiting for us to come back with these antibiotics. Everyone else, too.
Okay, got it. Miss Jennu, your powers are amazing. I saw it earlier, but to see it again, it's crazy. I can. Mr. Reicho's ability to throw, Miss Chuko's flames, Miss Neuro creating a walking time bomb. And to top it off, Mr. Mochan can turn his body to iron, right? What is the Go-Getters Club anyway? Some kind of strange kid superhero group?
I don't know either.
Maybe it has something to do with the Panopticon and Mike.
Anyway, we'll think about it later. Let's go! Seems to be a security robot.
I don't think we should let it catch us. Oh! Maybe we can use your ability, Miss Jennu.
No, I can only go part of the way on the ceiling. Wait, if the robot can come this way, if I use the ceiling right, maybe I can go forward without being spotted.
Be careful, Miss Jennu!
I will.
We finally made it.
How did you two get past that robot?
The falling rubble hit the robot and it stopped.
I see.
Anyway, look! There's another robot here!
Yeah, if we can get rid of the robot, we can press the switch up top. Maybe that switch can open the door up ahead.
Anyway, let's see if there's some way to do it! You did it! You two, hide!
What is that?
It's a drone! I think it's patrolling this place like those robots from before!
How do we get by it? Can we hit the drone with a rock? Hey, it's worth a try. Do what you do best, Rachel. All right.
You did it!
Another earthquake! That was a big one.
Look! A whole bunch of pillars have fallen down!
If another earthquake happens, they might all come down. What? You're going to go ahead and check things out? Okay. Be careful, Rachel. Has totally collapsed.
Jennu, we need you here.
Okay, I'll go on ahead and scout things out.
There are lots of spiky things on the ceiling. Be careful, okay?
maybe...
It's that drone from earlier, Miss Jenu!
Yeah, and now it seems to be watching the ceiling, too. And this time, there's nothing we can throw at the drone.
Look! There's a big box over there!
I don't think Rachel could throw that. But it may come in handy. First, let's drop it down there.
Long way, but there's still no exit.
We should almost be there. Another earthquake!
Look! There are cracks all over the ground!
If we step on them, it may collapse. Let's be careful. There's no safe ground after this point.
And the ceiling is covered with spikes! So, what do we do? Mr. Rachel! It's too dangerous to just run right through! I guess we've got no choice. Let's go, Miss Jenu!
Are those guys insane? But I guess we just have to go. I think maybe we made it out safely. Let's go! How do you feel, Hyogo?
I feel totally fine now. Thanks to you guys getting the antibiotics for me. Jenu, Yuki, Rachel, thank you so... Oh, no need to thank us.
Hyogo, You sure you're okay?
I said I'm fine already. I drank the lifeguard that Tatsu gave me. My HP is full.
I found it at the vending machine nearby. Chuko said she was thirsty.
So anyway, you want to get going?
Huh? Go where?
Come on, Pi, we're heading to Tokyo. I mean, we asked a bunch of people underground, but no one told us how Tokyo is doing.
They just said the people above ground all died.
But that's only if poison chemicals are raining onto Earth, right?
And obviously, that's just nonsense. I mean, look at us. We're alive, aren't we?
So then the people in Tokyo...
Don't worry. I'm sure they're fine.
So I guess our next goal is going to be Nagoya. If we go straight east from here, we'll hit Nagoya.
Hooray! Chicken wings, miso katsu, flat noodles, tempura rice balls.
Jeez, Mo-chan!
All right, let's get moving. Next stop, Nagoya. Go-Getters Club!
Hey, hey, oh!
So, which way is east?
I'll lead the way. This game console has a compass function.
Got it. Lead the way, Pochi.
No prob.
Hey, why'd we come to this temple that looks like you'd find it out in the boonies?
This is Kiyomizu Temple. This place is a national treasure and World Heritage Site, so it's very well known.
Since it was on our way, I felt like stopping by.
You felt like it. So what did you guys think about what Neon was saying?
What do you mean?
He said, humanity no longer feels anger or sorrow. There's no hatred, jealousy, or fear, so it's a paradise.
Oh, come on. That's just crazy.
Yeah. The people living underground didn't seem too...
Negative and positive emotions go hand in hand. If you lose anger and sorrow, you lose happiness and joy, too.
That's what hell really is.
If I can't eat good foods and be happy, I'd rather die!
Yeah, the word for paradise in Japanese starts with a Chinese character for fun. So if it's not fun, it can't be paradise.
Nah, you're wrong. A world without sadness is perfect.
Aniki.
I agree.
What? Not you too, Jinu.
You guys all know, right? I lost someone precious to me. My older sister. She was everything to me. She taught me all about the joy and beauty of life. I always looked up to her and wanted to be just like her. The reason I love Hosekizuka Theater is because of her. One day she told me, "I'll show you the most beautiful thing in the world." She sat me down in front of the TV, and she showed me the Hosekizuka Theater. My sister was just glowing, and in that moment, I felt my own heart catch fire. And it wasn't just because of the Hosekizuka video. It was seeing the heaven written all over my sister's face as she watched. This sister I looked up to so much. What was I wanted to know the answer to that. I thought if I learned that, I could be more like my sister. That's how I got sucked into the world of Hosekizuka. My passion for Hosekizuka is directly related to my feelings for my sister. But my sister's not with us anymore. Those earthquakes that have been happening. It was one of those that killed my sister. And it happened right here in Kyoto. At the time, my sister was engaged to a guy living in Kyoto. One day, he told her he wanted her to come and visit. He said they'd look for a house together for after they were married. And that's why she went to Kyoto, where the earthquake killed her.
Wait, the man she was engaged to, was it?
Exactly. The guy you met earlier. I've met him a bunch of times. I used to tag along with Sis when they went on dates. He took us lots of places. I looked up to him too. He was the man my sister loved. So naturally, but that's not how I feel now. If he hadn't asked my sister to come to Kyoto, she'd still be alive. You could even say, he killed her. That's why I hate him now. With all my... But a grudge is a heavy thing to carry. I really tried to let it go. Over and over, but I just couldn't do it. I can't cleanse my heart of the loathing I feel.
Are you really being honest?
Huh?
Aren't you just running away from your grief, Genu? The grief that's eating away at you, crushing your heart. This grudge against him, it lets you turn away from that grief.
No! You're wrong!
Then why did you protect him? Yuki told me all about it. You saved his life underground, right? If you really hated him so much, you wouldn't have done that. The grief of losing someone is kind of like a knock.
A knock?
Yeah, a sign from the deceased. It's their way of saying, I'm here, listen to me. The door is the tenderest place in your heart. It's fragile and easily damaged. So, if someone knocks there, it's really you can't ignore that knock. You can't pretend not to notice it. I mean, think how bad they must feel. The one knocking on that door, they don't want to be forgotten. Go ahead and cry if you feel like it. Just let it all out. Tears are proof that your sister was alive, and that she's still alive, inside your heart.
My sister. Why?
Hey, is this really the right way?
I'm sure of it. We're going straight east like the compass says.
Neon!
What are you doing here?
I wanted to say sorry.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm really sorry.
It's fine. After all, you were the one that found the antibiotics. I'm super grateful.
What's your problem, Kanzai? Still not convinced?
He lost his emotions because of Mike. It wasn't his fault.
Yeah, but
Neon, does it have something to do with Mike?
Yeah. Mike used the monitor drones to drop those things everywhere. It's to lure people still living above ground to come to Kyoto's underground.
Why is it trying to lure them underground?
I'm not sure either, but I think it's got something to do with sunlight.
Sunlight?
When you get exposed to sunlight, your emotions come back. That's why Mike is trapping humans underground.
So, the thing about the poisonous air is...
Of course, it's a lie. Mike has been spreading lies to keep people underground. I think that's why I still had some emotions left.
What do you mean?
There's a certain place I used to visit from time to time. So I was exposed to sunlight more than the others. But it's forbidden to go outside for us undergrounders. So I would have been in big trouble if I'd been caught. That's why I ran when you first saw me. I didn't realize you guys were the ones following me at the time.
But what did you keep going above ground for?
I told you, didn't I? To get to a certain
A certain place?
well, it's where my love lies sleeping. The underground exit. It comes out near Nanzenji Temple, where her grave is. I sneak out to visit her whenever I can. After all, it's my fault she died. 'Cause I asked her to come to Kyoto. It used to be when I thought of her. It felt like my heart was being ripped out of my chest. It hurt so much. I could barely even breathe.
But then Mike took the pain away. That's why you called it a paradise, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Wait, don't you find that odd?
Find what odd?
You used to go above ground to visit her grave. And because you were exposed to sunlight, you kept some of your emotions, right?
Yeah.
That means when you first visited the grave, you should have had no emotions. It makes sense, right? You wouldn't have been exposed to sunlight yet. So then why did you want to visit her grave?
I heard a voice.
A voice?
I think it's an otherworlder. That thing spoke directly into my brain.
Wait a minute. An otherworlder?
Another worder?
No, I said an otherworlder. I'm talking about people that live in another world. Of course, I knew you guys weren't gonna believe me. But it's the truth. I listened to that voice and went to the grave.
But maybe that was Mike's voice.
Nope, that can't be. Mike and the Otherworlder are enemies. The Otherworlder is trying to defeat Mike.
How do you know?
That's what the Otherworlder told me. But it also told me they can't beat Mike on their own. It lives in another world, so it can't come here itself. There's just one thing it can do, and that's communicate with X-types.
X-types?
People of this world with powers that let the otherworlders communicate with them.
So you're one of the X-types then?
No, I'm not an X-type. I'm just like a receiver. It's a one-way ability, not the same as the X-types, who can send and receive. And I heard the X-types are immortal.
Immortal?
Yeah, no matter what they do, X-types don't die. That's why the Otherworlder wants to use their powers to defeat Mike.
This has to be the silliest nonsense I ever heard, but I'll play along, okay? So where are these X-types?
I don't know,
You don't know?
but there is one clue. Here.
X-types have an X on their forehead?
That's what the Otherworlder told me. Back then, my emotions were still hazy. But I told myself, I can't forget this, and I wrote it down. So I'll give it to you. Here. You guys are gonna continue your journey, right? Then you may bump into some X-types.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna find a way to get the people to come up above ground. But if I mess up, I might get hurt bad, or worse.
Don't say that!
It'll be fine. This is my own personal mission. I got lots of friends underground. I can't abandon them. No matter what happens, I gotta do what I can to save them.
Neon! Neon! I'm so glad you're really back!
Huh?
I mean, the Neon I know is finally back!
Oh, yeah. Sorry for worrying you, kid. Still wearing that leader badge I gave you, huh?
Yeah, but...
Hey, why you taking it off?
Seeing you again, I feel embarrassed to wear it. I'm not the true leader you wanted me to be. But that doesn't mean I give up. On the day I'm gonna earn the right to wear this badge with pride, I plan on coming back here so you can see for yourself.
Okay then. I'm looking forward to it.
I just want to know one final thing. How does your chest feel now?
It hurts. It still feels like a hot knife stabbing deep into my heart. But I'm gonna keep that pain right here close to me and live with it. For now and forever.
Thank you. Hearing you say that makes me feel better.
Okay, you guys. Be good.
Supposedly, a brilliant Japanese scientist created Mike. That's what Neon said, right? I didn't know someone capable of that existed in Japan. Do you think that person knows how to stop Mike?
Oh, that big X in what was it called?
You mean Panopticon?
Yeah, that. It wasn't a hallucination. It actually.
Yeah. Supposedly, it's invisible because Mike camouflaged it.
So that. Panna Cotta.
The Panopticon.
Ugh. It's so hard to say. Man.
Panopticon means Omnipotent Monitoring System. Normally, it refers to a design of a jail. It's got surveillance towers with guards surrounding the cells to watch them. That way, the guards can keep watch over all the cells.
I don't really get it.
I think it's because it's similar to what the X functions as. It's also a device Mike made to keep watch over the whole world.
I see. That's why.
Panopticon. So I guess this whole world is a jail watched over by Mike, huh? That's horrible.
Actually, it makes me feel a little relieved.
Huh? Why is that?
It's proof that things exist, even if you can't see them. Vanilla does exist.
Right.
Thanks to Neon, we know lots of things. The Undergrounders were acting strange because Mike stole their emotions with nanomachines. Nanomachines, huh? That's horrible. Rachel, do you know about nanomachines? They're incredibly tiny machines. Do you know how small they are? They're minus 1/10 to the 9th meter small. Smaller than a cell. That small, and you can't see them or tell if they enter your body. In other words, they're like a virus. The people invaded by Mike's nanomachines, they lose their emotions as if a virus is eating away at them. And the Undergrounders are the result of that. That's horrific.
You remember I voted to go to Osaka, right? It wasn't because I wanted to go to Osaka. It was because I didn't want to go to Kyoto. Like I told you before, I lost my sister here. Usually, I don't think about her when I'm with you guys. But when I see Kyoto, I remember, and it's so painful. But now I'm glad I came. I was finally able to grieve for her properly. I was finally able to face her death and let it go.
So it looks like Genu has superpowers too. Rachel, where do you think these powers are coming from? A hidden power that's inside people, evolving in response to danger? Or a side effect of the nanomachines Mike spread around? Huh? You think I'll get them next? No way. I'm sure I don't have any special powers. But if I could have a power...
So Vanilla's ghost wanted to go to Osaka, right? Oh, I'm not saying I believe it yet, okay? But if she did exist, I'm not afraid of ghosts. Anyway, I wonder what Vanilla needed to do in Osaka. Oh, I know! I bet she wanted to eat all the food. She wanted to eat something before she died. If it were me, I would turn into a ghost just to eat some. I'm so jealous. I wish I'd gone to Osaka too. All we got to eat here was boil in the bag curry. If we'd gone to Osaka, we could have had takoyaki and okonomiyaki.
The monitor drones Neon mentioned. He said we can't see them, but they're flying everywhere. That means there are some around here watching us. I don't like it. It makes me nervous being watched like this. And what are they supposed to be doing for us anyway? It may be some kind of super AI, but all it's doing is watching? Protecting people? What a lie. If that were true, how come it didn't protect her?
Let me ask you again. Are you sure you saw Vanilla's ghost? I mean, a ghost? It must be a joke.
Yeah, well, I still can't believe it. If you think logically, ghosts just can't exist.
Yeah, if everyone became a ghost after they died, the whole place would be swimming with ghosts. It's just hard to believe in ghosts at this age.
And even if they did perhaps exist, we can't touch them or see them, so there's no reason to think that they exist.
But with that logic, you can't prove they don't exist either.
Can't prove a negative, huh? Okay, let's put it this way. It's extremely unlikely.
But Rachel, you guys saw Vanilla's ghost, right?
Hey, you believe him, Tatsun?
Well, to be honest, I half believe even in Electro Rangers, they left it kind of ambiguous as to whether ghosts exist.
I bet you anything they were just hallucinating. Because they miss Vanilla so much.
So are you saying you don't miss her then, Chuko? Of course I do. If I could see her again, I'd love to.
Well, I feel that way too, but...
Of course. We all feel the same way. Vanilla was our friend, but that's different from whether we believe in ghosts or not. I can't lie to myself and say that I believe.
Well, I haven't seen her, so I can't just believe it that easy either.
Mike wiped out emotions for world peace, right? But I don't know. If you don't have emotions, is that really peace?
You're so stupid. A dweeb like you should know at least.
What did you say to me?
There, you see? That's you all over, Kansai. You're all about emotions and gut instincts. It's why you're always screwing stuff up. Jealous of Rachel. Annoyed at Mochan. Mad at me? You can't control your emotions, so you're always making trouble. Right? emotions do cause conflict. And that's why Mike stole them.
Well, you got a point. Aniki, you're right. My personality is always getting me into fights. But since we came to Kyoto, I finally understand. Without emotions, mankind might as well be dead. Without jealousy, you can't grow. And without sadness, you can't be nice. Without anger, you can't even point out other people's mistakes. Aniki, you got mad before, so you straightened me out, right? I appreciate it. Seriously, thanks. But Aniki, you gotta fix your own bad attitude or people are gonna hate you. I'm not gonna lie. You really ticked me off.
Huh. I guess I shouldn't have said anything.
Mr. Rachel, I told you underground I was a fan of the Jose Kizuka Theater, right? Miss Janu and I bonded over it earlier.
Yeah. I never knew you were a Fuki Yamami fan, Yuki. I mean, Yamami's the top actress for playing the men's roles.
Yes. Well, I didn't think you'd be a Risa Hamafuna fan either. Hamafuna is the top actress for the lady roles.
Of course, there are a few actors for the male roles I love too. But Hamafuna is so elegant and beautiful. She's so charming.
Her voice is so wonderful. It makes my heart tremble.
Exactly. You're amazing, Yuki. You really get it. Seriously, nothing makes me happier than this. I never thought I'd find someone in the Go-Getters Club I can talk about Hosekizuka to.
I wish we could have more people join us. I wish the others could see how amazing Hosekizuka is.
But I don't think they'd get it.
That's not true. Where there's a will,
there's a way. Yeah, I guess I should try. Will you help me, Yuki?
of course.
Okay then. Rachel, let's start with you.
Okay, let me start by telling you the history of Hosekizuka.
Hosekizuka Theater was established in 1913.
You guys have a moment? Kinda remember.
Oh, you too, Pi? Same here.
Huh?
It's about how humanity lost their emotions, right?
Oh, well, no.
Then me too.
Me too!
I remembered too.
I think the signs were there from a while ago. Probably about 3 years ago. I think people gradually started to lose their emotions from the summer of 1992.
People in class suddenly started to act cold.
They laughed and cried less and less each day.
Back then, I thought maybe that just means they're all growing up or something.
But it wasn't that. People were starting to lose their emotions.
And it wasn't just kids that it was happening to.
The teachers, parents, and other adults too.
The only ones that were left with their emotions were us.
We laughed a lot. And we also cried because of how cold everyone else had become.
Yeah, I remember Kansai going off on everyone with, "How come you're not laughing?" Swinging his bat around like a crazy person.
What a nut.
You're one to talk!
Anyway, it was April 1993. They'd gathered us all together in that classroom and
You're all terrible children! Absolutely good for nothing! That's what the teacher said, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't for the reasons we thought. It was because we still had emotions.
And that's how the Go-Getters Club came to be. That's how we met each other.
But how come we'd forgotten that up to now?
Our memories were stolen when we were in the pods at the amusement park.
So are you saying it was the mastermind that made us play the fate game?
not. In fact, I'm sure that's wrong. How can you be so sure? 'Cause, you see, the mastermind that made us play the fate game... Vanilla! What?
Huh? Hey, Pie! I know I'm being a pain, but tell me one more time, why would Vanilla make us play a fate game?
I told you so many times already. I don't know the
Pie was the first one to wake up and come out of her pod. And you talked to Vanilla then, right?
Well, yeah. It was only for a few minutes.
Listen, I need everyone to play the game of fate. Everything's all ready, so we just need the others to come out of their pods. There's not much time, so I'll keep this short. Anyway, this is the only way we can remove everybody's brainwashing.
I'm sure we were all brainwashed at that time. And to fix that, we needed to be exposed to a life or death situation. I guess Vanilla knew that. But why would Vanilla tell Pie that?
Oh! That? Don't worry, okay? I know I say game of fate, but no one's gonna actually hurt each other. So in a way, this is like a prank. But someone could get really hurt. You know what I'm saying? And that would be like super, super bad, right?
So, Pie, you were the safety mechanism in case something unexpected happened?
Yeah. You know how Vanilla is a ghost, so I guess she needed someone with a physical body to help her.
A ghost, huh? As a daughter of a scientist, it's hard for me to accept it. But hearing all this...
So then you believe that Miss Vanilla exists?
Yeah.
I do too. Wow. Vanilla was really with...
Hochi, Rachel, did you guys know about this?
Of course we didn't know.
And Vanilla said nothing during the trip?
Nope, nothing.
I wonder why Vanilla didn't tell us the truth.
I also wonder how Vanilla knew about the brainwashing and how to lift it.
Do you know how, Miss Pie?
Beats me. We're going to have to ask Vanilla in person.
Hey! Can I ask you something? at the Great Buddha in Nara!
We were heading east from Kyoto, right?
How did we end up in Nara?
Did we make a mistake and come south?
But how would you mistake east and south?
Pochi was the one navigating. Pochi said his console has a built-in compass.
Maybe the Earth's geomagnetism is messed up. And because of that, the compass didn't work right.
Huh?
I swear. Believe me.
Well, plenty of weird things have happened, so it wouldn't exactly surprise me.
The earthquakes don't seem like they'll calm down either. So maybe the whole Earth itself is screwed up. So what should we do now?
It doesn't change the fact that Nagoya should be our next target. If we're going to Tokyo, we have to pass through Nagoya.
If we go from here, would it be east northeast?
Yeah, let's head that way for now. Even without a compass, if we know where the sun is in the general time, we can infer the direction.
Then let's just go, huh? Playing around with the deer here won't get us anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we're off to Nagoya!